Innovative.
Well, I'm Coolazzcam, coolest motherfucker on the planet, and I'm here with the homies to talk some shit and laugh. We doing innovative comedy, as we always do, and we just want to have a good time and, you know, what you doing?
That's me? That's you.
I don't know, that's one of y'all.
Hey, that's my phone on.
Look, he said my phone off all the way.
I was like, nigga just snitched on the nigga.
Well,
that's him.
I'm going to just go ahead and...
Dropping dimes.
He did it all, nigga.
Who do I have over here, too?
Oh, shit, my bad. You know who it is. It's Stynk, the big homie. The one and only, no phony.
Yeah, you got Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS, Mr. Heartbreak Kid. No. Yeah, sitting here chilling at this innovative comedy, innovative culture. About to get it popping.
Like we should.
We're getting it popping.
Stace, pull up.
So it's good. It's all quiet. Everybody.
I feel like
shit.
I had some topics.
Yeah.
But since we don't got no topics, I'm going to just talk about...
Well, I do, kind of.
I got a few. Yeah.
That fight Saturday.
Just assume we ain't ready.
You know.
He said, so y'all ain't got no topics. Fuck what both of y'all niggas talking about. I got Popeyes. He gonna go.
I'm talking about how much I love chicken.
Fuck them niggas. He gonna go in on them again.
Nigga Tony loud.
No, the damn mic or something.
I'm just right there. My bad.
Right there. No, you good though.
He was yelling into the mic.
I got that DJ voice. I got to talk like Slow Jim and Kevin James. Nigga, 92.4.
You good, my nigga.
Nigga, the wave. Nigga, that's how he just come in with the wave.
Oh, we freezing.
Oh shit, they trying to stop us.
Oh,
motherfuckers.
come on, man.
Well, I'm going live.
Who said that shit?
Why they
That was you, Tony?
What?
Motherfuckers.
Yeah. You motherfuckers.
Uh-huh.
That's what Dre told him too in the wash when they put a boot on his car.
Yeah.
He came outside, he was like, motherfucker.
Man.
Nigga Snoop rode by
That's
like,
some
nigga.
real shit.
Like, how the fuck, nigga?
Put some hot shit in my mouth, like, nigga, this is not, no.
Hold on.
You don't serve bacon like that, my nigga.
You don't serve.
You feel me?
You still talking about the challenge?
We're about to get this live.
He hit you
working.
with the secret
But
challenge.
look, in the meantime, let's keep this going. I'm about to fix the live stream.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, did y'all see the fight?
Yes.
I saw highlights of the fight. I didn't actually see like the full fight, but I saw the knockdowns and all that shit.
I saw the fight before it happened.
Yeah,
because I told everybody what the fuck was gonna happen. When you just know, I
didn't bet your ass.
Yeah, I ain't no aficionado in this shit.
Yeah.
But it's just common sense when you know the bare basics of a dude that has fought lower standard fighters, smaller lower standard fighters. Even if they were big men, they were smaller than him. Now when he fights an elite fighter that's actually bigger than him, that was the only outcome every time. 10 out of 10 times he beats him. Like even the fact of with the knockout power. With Wilder's power, because he can knock a fucking cow out, nigga, with one punch. It's the fact that
you putting too much.
No, he had the nigga knocked. He was 44-0 with 41 knockouts.
Who?
Wilder before he was 42-0 with 41 knockouts before he fought Fury. Because now he's like 44-1.
Yeah,
or 44-2 because he lost.
But who was you saying can knock a cow out?
That nigga Wilder. That nigga,
yeah, with that wild
because he has the exacta,
he
but he just doesn't have the basics and the techniques. Fury, all it is like he's a technical. He doesn't fight like a nigga that should be that size. He fights like a middleweight.
He's agile.
It vary, and for to be the biggest heavyweight, he fights like a fucking middleweight or a lightweight. So when you put that against a dude that doesn't even have the fundamentals, if you had the fundamentals in that haymaker, he'd be like fucking Thanos low key. But he wasn't fight. You could tell it's like, and then when you fight an elite fighter like Fury, he eats your knockout punch and just keeps getting up. It's like a video game when you get to the last nigga, you've been shooting everybody with the same gun.
Yeah.
But now you got to pull out the big shit because the little gun don't do nothing to the last guy.
You ain't got to switch up your moves and shit.
Exactly. With Fury, with any elite fighter, not just Fury, if Wilder had to fight anybody else, he might, of course, he can still drop him. Anybody can get dropped, but they get up because it's not. They're conditioned. They're built for this. They done been in wars. He's used to fighting gym rats and niggas that hold punching bags.
You don't think that fat on his back had nothing to do with it?
The nigga
because he was putting that weight on Wilder
but that's part of
it's part of
boxing. That's what's the dirt. It's called dirty boxing. Like that's literally, it's a legal technique. That's people don't hate. A lot of people think it's illegal. All that shit was legal.
Yeah,
it's like you use your fucking weight. Wilder could have did if he could have did the same shit to him and push him and shoulder nudge him. And look how when the knockout, look what he did to him before the knockout. Like he forearmed. He was already hitting him. He forearmed the nigga back to get the range. Who you talking about? Fury forearmed Wilder back to get the range. When the final knockout, he was hitting him on the ropes, and he just
he was through.
And then
he was through by then.
He nudged him.
That ain't me.
Yeah, he nudged him.
That's Banks' computer.
It was I think that's like on the speakers next door or something. But he nudged him with his forearm to get the range. That's some fundamental like experience type shit. So I'm like, I'm this close popping you. That nigga pushed Wilder back like, and then like cracked him. It was like not in his face. He forearmed his whole like body back. Like
I seen him throw a couple of those anyway.
Then he threw the 2 punch, and that's the one that. But it's
knocked
little shit like
out.
that little shit that's not a punch like that. Like
that nigga was pretty much knocked out since that first knockout.
I done seen niggas that was worse than Wilder. You remember the Czech Congo Pat Barry fight in UFC? Czech Congo was falling around if you can bring that shit up, nigga, this nigga's falling around the octagon. Pat Barry popping him. His eyes rolled. The referee just didn't stop it.
Yeah.
He'd get back up, catch another 2-piece, go back down.
Yeah.
This nigga stand up and he stumbles back into the into the fence, and the nigga that's whooping his ass comes in, he catches that nigga with one, and that nigga just bends back, folds, eyes rolling his head, and was out. So, and then Czech Congo was literally flopping around the ring like a fish.
Well, you've seen Wilder knocked him down a few times too, though.
That's what I'm saying. But the fundamentals,
but he just didn't have what it takes to finish him.
That's the fundamentals.
Yeah,
and that's what I was saying. He never had that, and he hadn't been tested against real elite fighters that'll eat that fucking punch every time and keep standing up.
Make him box.
Exactly. The other niggas, the gym rats, get hit, and half of them wasn't knocked out. It's Malik Scott, the nigga that's his trainer. He's the most questionable knockout on Wilder record. One, how you knock a nigga out and he becomes your trainer is weird as fuck to me. But he knocked that nigga out, and a lot of people like look, and they were like the punch didn't even connect. A lot of people say he just took a bag. He took a bag for the knockout. So it was good to see. I mean, the nigga walked to the ring with his braids tight as fucking left, and them niggas was loose.
Yeah,
he beat the nigga. Beat that fucking pro style out that nigga like. That shit was insane. He hit him so hard that nigga back leg went up. Usually when he first knocked him,
when he first knocked him down,
his leg kicked up like, hold on
when
now.
he tried to block his mama's punch.
Yeah, it was like, hold on now.
Yeah, fucked him up real good.
Fucked his whole shit up. So it's little shit like that it was like I already knew was gonna happen. Like, and it's like, why now? He's like, I'm not retiring because they're saying like he honestly really don't have no. You really lost 3 straight fights to this dude. The first one they just called it a draw. But you lost 10 rounds to that nigga. That's really 11, but you just got 2 knockdowns, so you got each round where you got a knockdown. But even the one,
because he knocked him down twice in one round,
no,
right?
he knocked him down once. I think in the 10th, he knocked him down once. He caught him, and he went down, and he just got back up the same way. But it was like the 10th round, and then he outboxed him for another round, and then that's when the last round he caught him with the knockout, and he got up, and he literally even Max Kellerman said that even he was like at that round he low-key was outboxing him still. So
he got his ass whooped, but he kept getting up. I don't know too many niggas that'll keep getting up for them type of ass
It's the conditioning of the chin.
All right, so
drive.
What do you think about this? Fuck the fight. What about the end of the fight?
No, he's a sucker.
He didn't want to shake his hand.
But it proves who he's been. He's a sucker. This is the same nigga that said.
No, he had a concussion.
This is the same
nigga. He said he told him. Tyson Fury said in the interview after the fight. I went over there and I tried to shake his hand. He said he don't want to show no sportsmanship. You know, like good. I'm good.
This is why would we expect sportsmanship for a nigga that blamed his loss, his real legitimate first loss, on everybody else but himself. It was Mark Breland. It was Mark Breland saved this nigga's life and his career. Nigga, you fired this nigga, blamed him, and then they spiked your water. Nigga spiked your water. That's what he said. That was one of the excuses that Fury people spiked his water.
I'm the one shit.
Some goofy shit. Then it was he paid off what's the dude, the one he fired. He paid him off to throw the towel in. So then it went from that to Fury paid off Wilder's corner to throw the towel in. That's why he fired the one that threw the towel in. That's why he said he fired him. And then then it was my suit was
so he don't think he would.
Then it was my suit was too heavy. That bullshit he wore to the ring, that was like with the lights flashing out the eyes and the helmet. He said, but then they debunked that because they said the suit was 40 extra pounds. But then he's on Rogan. He went on Joe Rogan and talks about how he exercises with a 45-pound. All his exercises are with a 45-pound weight on him. So he runs uphill. So that was debunked and he had to stop using that because they're like, you literally went on Rogan and say you exercise with a 45-pound pack on you and you couldn't walk to the ring with a 40-pound outfit on.
Ain't none of that bullshit got nothing to do with nothing.
And then it was
until you throwing your shoulders.
And then he said
left
it was
right. You know what I'm talking about?
He had a metal bar in his glove.
Who?
That was the last one. He had a metal bar in his glove.
Where you hear this at?
These are out of his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's why he didn't say shit at the press conference because niggas was gonna ask. He before they had the press conference for this fight, this weird ass nigga just sat there with his earphones on and said, "I'm not answering anything from the press," and just sat there. And like Wilder or Fury was just going in on him like you a clown. Like Bob Arum, all them niggas was going. Not Bob Arum.
Nah, that nigga was already scared.
Yeah, because he knew what he didn't want.
Because at first, remember I will annihilate you and whoop-de-wop-de wham.
But if a nigga did all that to you, cheated you, spiked your water, paid off your corner, why would you want to fight him a third time? Well, you could get to everything, but if all of that is so.
But he did the shit again.
But that's the same.
I believe Wilder. Fuck that. Wilder know what he talking about. That nigga did spike his water and pay that nigga to throw the towel in.
He's stupid.
And I'd have fired that bitch ass nigga too. Wilder ain't lying on that nigga. You think he came up with all that out of thin air?
He did.
Yeah.
He was looking for every excuse.
No.
Those riders.
That nigga's a gypsy. That's why they get in like that.
They be crafty.
Yeah.
Well, you have to say traveler now. They have to say traveler.
But hey, I did hear
like
it was some funny shit going on with the glove though, Tony.
It was the nigga's glove. The niggas, they were like his glove was floppy, and it looked like he had.
By the end of the fight,
but they were saying it like he had his
was gone.
So they're saying he had his hand
over the knuckle,
like in the wrist part. But I'm saying, where the fuck is this big ass nigga's hand at? Where the rest is
still
this?
sitting
It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest fucking excuse. Where the rest? Where this nigga's fingers at? This nigga's 6'10". His hand so but where in the shit it's come on the nigga.
No, not the bar. They was saying
no, the hand wasn't in the glove.
No, the cotton stuff was all ripped off because they don't come it off.
They don't come, nigga.
That's what they saying.
A person from this nigga's locker room and team and the commission check the gloves.
Don't act like it haven't happened before.
I seen Floyd catch a nigga trying to do it,
nigga.
I seen you ever see when Floyd fought
all the way
you remember
back.
when Floyd fought Maidana the first time. And he he goes, what the fuck are these? And because that's part of the shit. The fighter himself or a person from your team.
What's his name?
Can come in the locker room when they tape in your hands.
Listen, what's old boy name? He got caught up with the gloves like that.
Margarito.
Exactly.
Oh, piece of shit. He was doing the plaster though.
He hardened his up.
Like the shit because they said Tito had did that shit too though.
Another Mexican dude got him and his corner got banned forever. Yeah. When his shit was way thin.
It was but no, his shit wasn't even thin. It wasn't that his shit was thin. They were like his shit had plaster in it.
That was
Margarito shit had plaster in his shit.
Beating the shit
and
out of
and he had Cotto all fucked up, and Cotto had never looked like that. And then when they got the rematch after he got Cotto beat the shit. I remember watching that fight because I didn't watch the first one live. That second fight, Cotto, you could tell Cotto was like, "Nigga, I'm gonna beat your ass for that shit." But it was a good weekend watching that shit. Watched Dave Chappelle special.
I still ain't watched it.
It was real good. It was good. Yeah. People like to trip. I see a lot of they trying to call everything. It's like I don't understand the phobia shit, like the trans phobia of what nigga? This nigga's telling jokes.
Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Netflix
say
decided.
What you want to say?
Netflix ruled that they gonna keep it on Netflix. They were like fuck, pretty much
Nigga. Think about this. Netflix had already saw the special before they even decided to air it. They knew what was going to be said throughout that whole performance because they watched it already.
Yeah.
The people in the offices that do make the decisions to either put it up or take it down, they watched it. They stood behind the decision knowing that it's Dave Chappelle. Had it been somebody else, now maybe they might have taken it a little different. But that's how much faith they got in him to where they he didn't really say nothing wrong.
Really, he didn't. He just made a point.
But it's a lot of people just trying to make it look like he said something wrong.
Oh, man. Who is
by
that?
making a point though.
Yeah.
Who is those people? Or do we not want to speak on them?
Do we not want to speak on them?
You know.
While I roll this Russian cream, who are these people?
I know it's the gay community, you know what I mean? But
I mean, specifically.
are they saying something, or is it just some other sensitive motherfuckers that's acting like they?
No,
some
it's
faggots?
it's other sensitive people that are just like on some like goofball shit
Yeah,
that like.
sympathizing.
And then they said it was like the people that worked at Netflix, and they were like trans, like 3 trans people, and they had an issue with it. Then of course the whole community's gonna react because we're with our sister brothers and whatever the fuck.
They gotta stop that shit.
It's just some old. It's like
You
it's
can't
like
walk around life being no fucking crybaby.
Yeah,
Like nobody can say nothing to
every
me.
time. Yeah, I'm scared, or you're challenging me by like speaking up or some shit. So
Yeah. Fuck it.
we got that Dolomite. Hey. Yeah, so I just think it was a good special though, the way he was telling. I think when you just get to that level of jokes or just entertaining, because it's like this nigga was already at that level for me. Like people all say, yeah, he's your favorite comic, and he's been. That nigga was my favorite comic when I was like 17, 18, and he had a special on Showtime.
Yeah.
And I think that was I forgot. I know it's Killing Me Softly was maybe 2000. I think he had one in 99. Like, but
I had a few of them back in the
he had a
day.
few from like 98, 99, 2000, it was like around those times. And he was still in movies. It's like after Half Baked. But the nigga was funny and it was always like entertaining.
It was more funnier in the movies to me.
Yeah. It was just like,
I'm
to
not
me,
saying
it was
he's
both.
not funny though.
But it was, to me, it was both because they rarely used him in movies at that point.
I didn't
like you
get
only
him
seen
at
him in
first.
Blue Streak.
When I
was
seen
in,
his stand up,
Yeah.
I didn't get him at first. Cause he sounded like a white boy.
Yeah, he like,
and
hey,
yeah,
man.
and he had that high
he
voice.
was, nigga.
I was like, and there was a bunch of white people in the crowd, so automatically I just judged the nigga. I was like, I don't want to hear this
Who
white
is this
sounding
nigga?
ass
Who is
nigga.
this nigga?
I
Yeah,
like this
nah.
character in The Nutty Professor. He
Yeah,
played
yeah,
the
that
stand-up
shit was
comic,
funny.
but he
That
had a
But by
character
then he
to
was
it.
already known. You know what I mean? I had watched half.
I didn't
Baked,
even know who he
so
was
I
at
was
that
cool
point, though.
with it. I knew who he
yeah.
was.
I didn't even realize that was him for a minute, honestly.
Oh, no?
When I went to, and I saw that shit at the theater, like,
Wow.
I remember me and the homies went to see that shit. I didn't even know that was him. Like, I
They
was
told
like,
us crack that bag of Ruffles open over there.
have at it, Crunch Master.
About to call Booby. Booby, what's his name? What's that piece?
Oh, but JoJo.
But JoJo.
But Djibouti.
Djibouti.
That's a city in Africa, nigga.
But
Hey, it go down in Djibouti.
But Jabby GB Jabby.
It go down in Djibouti, nigga.
But Jabby G.
Yeah, they be shaking it in Djibouti. Nigga shaking them boobies in Djibouti. No, but yeah, it was a good special. Definitely like dope. Glad they didn't take it down because I was like, damn, I gotta hurry up and watch it before they remove this shit. Not knowing how to like shit just get taken down now. So
Yeah, they was about to snatch it down from basically
I thought
every
they said-
region of
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Netflix. They wanted Netflix to take it down altogether. Think about how many countries and shit like that Netflix gets paid
good.
in. You want this back?
Yeah,
All
you
right, I'm
can
gonna just
check it.
hold it for a minute.
yeah,
then.
you good.
All right, for sure.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep on keeping on with this right here.
Niggas be getting the snacks. So what would be your opinion though? Do you think he did anything wrong?
Nah, that's my opinion. Nah. He didn't see it, so. But honestly, it's a typical Dave Chappelle special.
From what
where
I
he like hitting on real
what I
issues.
read the
and
news he said that ain't shit.
Ain't nothing.
You just if you cut it off of that, you was gonna do it anyway.
I mean, Michael Richards got up there and was like, niggas would be swinging from trees, and
Who?
Kramer from Seinfeld.
Oh man.
And Kramer was like, yeah, if you're a nigga and all that shit at the Laugh Factory. And
He did that.
yeah, that's when he got canceled. And then Jesse Jackson went and stood next to him and was like, yeah, that nigga must have gotten Jesse Pocket something crucial.
Oh, I thought something was falling. That shit
You
came
just heard
through
the
so
crackle.
That shit coming through crystal clear.
Yeah, he was bombing at the Laugh Factory. And then like some dude was like heckling him like, you suck, like you whack. Nigga.
What's the song?
It's on him. Didn't? Oh, no. Yeah, he was bombing at the Laugh Factory, and nigga was like, nigga, you garbage. Like, nigga was in the crowd heckling him. And he was like, hey, if this was, the nigga said, if this was early No, that's what he said. If this was 50, 60 years ago, you'd be hanging from a tree with a pitchfork stuck in your ass. And then the niggas, everybody was like, oh, like the crowd was like, hey, nigga. He was like, look at everybody, look, he's a nigga. He just started saying,
That's what I
he
see.
was bombing and like, he had a meltdown, but that's the real you came out, nigga. That ain't no meltdown. That's just your mask came on.
Yeah.
Nigga, he was like, he's a nigga. He just went off. And then they made a fuss about it for about a week and shit. Seinfeld be taken off of TV and all that shit. And
Not gonna happen.
And then fucking Jesse Jackson went and stood next to him and was like, and make sure you buy the DVD Seinfeld all the seasons. This nigga did a commercial. I'm like who the fuck appointed these niggas? Like,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever sat down and watched a full episode of Seinfeld.
I love Seinfeld. I ain't even gonna lie. That's one of the fucking best shows. That nigga's one of the best stand-ups. Like the way, because his whole comedy shit was like, and what's the deal with? And he just go in and just be. That's how every show starts. He's on stage at a comedy club.
Yeah.
Every episode starts with it comes on and it's maybe until the last season because it got more like there, it was so big, but the whole show would come on. He's like standing there, and you see the tables, people drinking, people laugh, people really genuinely laughing, and sometimes his jokes would be corny, sometimes, but they still get a laugh
because his voice,
and then the way he's delivering it, and he's like the faces, and he's doing a little, but
I
the
watched
shit would
it
be
a little
funny.
bit. I watched it a little bit.
So you like watching the face? Wait, see, I'm just trying to get a good depiction of how you explaining this.
Oh shit!
You could go to an episode and see how it come on.
I've tried that.
And if you're like, dun, they got the little note, and then he'd be like, and I just walk in, and then the crowd is already laughing, and it's not a big. He'd be like in real like hole in the walls and shit like we be.
Yeah.
But this is still in like the late '90s, so every episode like starts
Shit,
like
he's been
that.
out since the '70s,
and they were always a different set. He never. Every episode that comes on, he's at a different club telling different jokes.
Yeah.
So, and they getting so that shit, maybe subconsciously, because I still, at that point, when I was like maybe 16 when I started watching, 15, I wasn't watching that shit like, I'm going to be a comic, nigga. Like, I still was like, whatever, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but it wasn't comedy, but people were still like, you funny. You see what I'm saying? So it's like subconsciously all that shit be building, watching a motherfucker and all kind of shit. But
you was the class clown?
Yeah, but that's what we was talking about with Stacey last week. It was like, it wasn't a distraction, like disruptive class clown. It was like I had jokes. I had my teacher laughing.
Yeah.
Like the teacher, I would do like Phil Donahue impressions and shit.
Yeah.
And like do his voice in his head. And and I do do the head.
He showed his age, right?
I mean, because I was still a like little nigga when he was on.
What the fuck was you doing watching Phil Donahue?
My uncles or my grandma watching it. I'm getting babysat. And it's shit on Sally Jesse. You know, nigga, you couldn't tell no old person or no woman they ain't watching Oprah, Sally Jesse, Raphael.
Can I go outside?
Niggas was getting shot outside. Like, so Jay was like, you sit your ass right here right now. Until you got the power to really get up and go outside.
And watch your Sally Jesse.
Yeah, you sit down.
Shit, no young black kid. No,
you gotta sit here and watch this bitch with these red frames. These bitch with these red frames.
Tony
sit
is
here.
rolling.
You gotta watch Phil Donahue interview the Nation of Islam.
I
and shit.
tell you, one thing about Tony, he is fucking educated in a gang of random shit. This nigga said he did impressions of Phil Donahue. That's my nigga.
You want the can?
No, I'm okay.
Oh shit,
I'm fine.
Well, fuck it then.
You can give it back to him.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know,
Y'all
I'm burn
niggas
my big ass.
tap your
up.
ass out.
No,
But
I'm
yeah,
eating
that's
these ruffles.
But it is. I'm eating these ruffles on silent mode.
Cool ass Cam.
So all it was just like, it was a good special. A lot of these comedians, like, they elevate. Dave rebranded himself from what he was, kind of rebuilt into like something bigger. And then to me, he did it by keeping his values and his fucking morals and his standards of not going against what he knew and he felt. If it might not be wrong to somebody else, but if it felt wrong to you, don't do the shit. Don't do it to impress it. This nigga walked away from 50 million and came back to 80 with Netflix. And more legendary shit, and didn't tarnish his name to where it would have been niggas like, you know what I mean, calling this nigga like a coon or something because of the type of shit he do. Yeah. Oh man, that nigga used to do that weird shit with Comedy Central, or he used to let them have him doing this and that, or he'd have him. You see what I'm saying? Like
And that's what you be known for.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, "Fuck that, nigga. Fuck that 50 million. I'm gonna just peace out for a bit.
Y'all can try to my shit from me,
but
nigga."
then he let them run the format. That was one of the first jokes he told on his first stand up back. You remember when he was
Charlie and Donnell, right?
The shit Key and Peele. when he was Charlie and Donnell. No, I was like, that's Charlie Murphy and Donnell Rollins, his boys that co-wrote with him.
Yeah.
And they other great comedians, but
he
was talking about Key and Peele. He said that was one of the first jokes he said. He said, shit, I left. He said, I watched Comedy Central give my show to 2 other niggas. He said, I watched 2 other niggas do my show, meaning Key, because they had the same format of the Chappelle show, the same racial type comedy, edgy. Is it kind of coonish? Is it buffoonish? Is it
Key and Peele did Family Matters.
Yeah, they
did a whole Family Matters reenactment.
The Gremlin pitch meeting.
I haven't seen that.
Nigga,
I haven't seen that.
The
one.
Gremlins 2 pitch meeting with Hollywood from Mannequin. Meshack Taylor.
Oh yeah,
the nigga they used to be a nigga.
The black dude
that used to be on
Mannequin.
The black dude that used to be on Designing Women, and he was the little gay nigga on with the funny glasses on in that movie Mannequin. The movie where the white girl was and his name was Hollywood.
I remember that.
I used to love that movie when I was a kid, nigga.
Hollywood, come and get
she had
Hollywood.
She had just turned to like back to that. That's a slept on movie. Like that's a classic right there.
That movie was tight.
That movie was tight.
I remember what
he's in the nigga that Pale. Is it Pale?
I thought Hollywood was dead.
No, he dresses up as Hollywood.
Oh wow!
And he comes in as like he's pitching. They're at a pitch meeting, a writers meeting for Gremlins 2. And it's pretty much like showing you why Gremlins 2 sucks so much. It was so like weird. And he was like, we're gonna have a gremlin with lipstick. But he's acting like Hollywood. But so the shit it's already funny because he's literally portraying Hollywood, but the shit he's saying is literally the shit they put in Gremlins 2. And we're gonna have a bat gremlin. And then, like he's just saying, like it was just that shit is one of the funniest sketches they got. The slave one is one of the funniest ones to me that they got. With a lot of people didn't like that shit. It's like the auction, and like you seen that one, the auction.
I didn't watch it.
You see that shit is fucking comedy. But so he's like the niggas is like at the auction. They like, man, we about to get sold. And he like, nigga, they tripping kind of. And he's like, all right. So he gets up there. He's like. They kind of like they're bidding on him. From what I can remember, they're bidding on him, and he's like, "Come on, I mean, I work hard." The nigga's like, "Hey, I'm agreeable to a fault." Like, he's like trying to sell himself, and the other slaves is looking at him like, "Nigga." It's funny in itself, but I understand why some people can get mad and not understand the satire and it's like because there's niggas like that in every aspect of life, and I'm sure in slavery it was somebody that was like willing to try to do the most extra and shit on some other niggas to get further or to not get whooped or to get extra piece of corn or something.
Oh, you talking about house niggas?
Yeah, but not even because a lot of house that's the misconception. A lot of house niggas damn near were treated just as bad as a field nigga. And they just think because you was lighter. No, you getting raped all the time. You getting beat up all the time. You in the house with this motherfucker. I think I'd rather be in the field with the homies in my family than be in the house with this fucking psycho. So a lot of people don't understand that dynamic.
I think a lot of them motherfuckers
niggas
was doing they raping in the field.
They was doing it all over, my nigga. Like that's why they would only bring the people in the house the ones that had babies that they raped in the field. And that's why they had light-skinned kids, and they bring them in the house.
You took this comedy situation to talking about racism.
it went some whole, I don't even remember what we was talking about.
Where we at?
Damn, we can edit all that out, low key.
Can we live on Instagram?
Yeah, well, for the YouTube version. That's where my wheels start turning. Sometimes.
You know when they ask you, "Is this made for kids?" You gotta check that box. When
nigga, they gonna kick us off this month. IG just gonna cut off like it did a couple weeks ago.
All right, we're gonna put awareness. You know, as long as you put awareness.
Trigger.
Tony,
trigger warning.
Yeah, we'll just
I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about.
I know you don't.
Because that shit took me off.
You would make a point out of a point, out of a point, out of a point, out of a point.
Yeah.
We ended up into some motherfucking slavery.
Yeah, I'm just going.
Tony, Banks, can you please have me like some type of water or beer, please, brother? Lips is dry. You know how come on, bro.
Said I'm over here crusting up.
Man, they own smoking status. I ain't trying to get to Pookie. Mandela, you don't fuck with Mandela. Good looking, bro.
Hey, there was somebody bumping. I hear music. That shit loud as fuck.
Sound like they playing violins or something.
So other than Chappelle, what else could we talk about? We had a subject, actually. I forgot what it was when we said Chappelle. And,
I almost think we was talking about Wilder.
We've
And
been
then I don't know
left out
how
of that.
we did.
No, we been got out of Wilder. We got to Dave Chappelle in the special.
How though?
And then that was just the next topic. We finished with Wilder and we just kind of.
But he's saying, at what point did we transition from?
That's what I'm
How did we
saying.
start talking?
I don't even remember.
That's
bro.
what I'm trying to tell you.
I
what
honestly don't
happened.
remember. Like, nigga, we just went. And
But it was all good though.
Stynk, I think you dozed off at that point.
He on autopilot.
Nah, for a second, but on that slavery, I'm like, okay, now we all over with it.
He said, "How did we get here?"
How?
From talking about the fight. Niggas been fighting all our lives.
Oh, a lot of life fight. Oh, that's what we was talking about. Phil Donahue and I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Like we was talking about a bunch of different.
I remember
shit.
that part,
So we
too.
could just keep it going. Yeah, like that's when you know
All
nigga.
my life,
Keep
I
it
had.
going.
The nigga was
man.
trying to backtrack. Like, yeah, so other than that, like other news stories, I see let's see. I mean, comedy back, getting bigger than ever with like all the shows popping. We got a lot of shows coming up. Hollywood is.
I got a question.
Like, what's your question?
Who would you like to see in stand up right now?
Like what? Like see live?
See live. Who was your favorite that you want to see live right now?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Probably Patrice O'Neal.
Dead or alive?
Probably Patrice O'Neal.
Out of everybody,
He was
that's your
funny.
favorite one?
He was like, honestly, Patrice O'Neal made me scared to do comedy. Like
Scared?
when people used to be like, you need to do comedy in like 2014, and I was really considering starting this shit maybe 4 years. I would have probably been like 8 years in by now if I'd have started when I was telling myself maybe I can do it.
Yeah.
But I always like watched Patrice growing up and a bunch of other dudes, but him and like a bunch of other comedians made me like. I would watch it and I'd be like, there's no fucking way I can have a room full of people like hitting like this nigga or anybody like just that. It was like just and like who am I to think I can even? It was just like it was a respect thing, not a really a scared thing, but like it ain't never gonna happen. And not knowing to just go like, but you know what I mean? Like it's a fear of flying pretty much, damn near.
Like, how could I be better
Butterflies
than
in the
him?
stomach.
What made you overcome that fear?
Just saying fuck when I quit my job and literally just was like I was already on some fucking shit. I went through depression and I stopped doing music for like because people think I stopped doing music and just did comedy. I didn't do music. I probably recorded my last song in like 2018, and I didn't do comedy till like early 2019. So it was a minute before like I even like switched to even think. It wasn't like all right comedy now. So just going to a show, meeting niggas, and I took that as a sign of the comedy. The comedians I saw, I hadn't been to a show in years, and the comedians I saw that night, the headliner was a comedian I had talked to like 14 years before in the parking lot of the Comedy Store when I was a rapper. And me and the homies was up there, and I was smoking a blunt, and he was drinking, and we was just talking.
Yeah.
And the shit was like it went on like. And it just clicked like, nigga, that's your sign. Like you ain't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this thing in a movie or on TV since 2004 when I talked to him.
Yeah.
At the Comedy Store, and now it's 2019, and he's like the headliner here. And I remember with everything we was talking about, rapping, music, the industry, and just to see him and he's still killing it. That shit like just sparked my shit. Like shout out to Shane, comedian Shane. Y'all remember Shane used to be on Comic View, light skinned dude with the little beanie.
I done
on.
chopped it up with him. I
That nigga's
follow
like-
him on Instagram.
Yeah, like I gotta follow that nigga. I think I don't know if I do, but that made me go.
Okay.
Well, I got some show him.
What's yours?
Yeah,
What?
like what was your spark, or what made you?
Oh,
who was your favorite? Who would you want to see, dead or alive, or
Oh,
Red Fox? He like
No.
nigga, I ain't that old, nigga. No.
I want to see Bernie Mac.
Hell yeah.
That's what I want to
Hell
see.
yeah. That shit.
Like, oh
You
yeah.
ever seen him? Never seen him?
Nope, live, nope.
Fuck him.
I wasn't even trying to go.
Women,
What?
what's the greatest woman comedian right now? Well, not right now, but like back then. What you think? Who you think?
I think.
Who
Damn.
would you go see as a woman? That's funny as shit.
Some more.
Yeah.
Little
Cheryl
chocolate
Un-
one.
Not Cheryl
There's a
Underwood.
couple
What's
of them,
her-
but she like the raws to me.
Yeah.
It was one that used to
She
be
come
on
with that,
Comic View.
huh?
It was one that used to be on Comic
Miss
View.
Laura.
Nah, well, Miss Laura too. But she had like
That's
a
what
short
everybody
hair-
forget
she
that's
had like a
Cole's
short,
mom.
I'm not trying to take away like nobody else is funny though.
Yeah.
Her name was
I'm
B
getting
Flat.
twitted.
I remember her.
B Flat.
Yeah.
I
think
remember
that's-
that name.
I think she does like shows with the homegirl. I think that's.
She was funny as fuck on Comic View to me.
Did she have like the braids? Or
No,
you said
she had a short
okay,
haircut.
Yeah. No, that's not her. Yeah.
What kind of big
Well,
eyes?
I don't know. She might have braids now.
No, she had
That
braids.
was
Back.
years
She had
ago.
braids back then. This
Overall
chick.
Repo. The dark skin one. That was like.
That was some more, wasn't it?
Is that some more?
Or was it Cheryl
She had-
Underwood?
On
Cheryl
which one? On
Underwood.
what? What she do?
Well, both of them funny too.
On what?
On Repo.
The Master P movie with Cat Williams and
Michael Blackson.
Michael Blackson.
Everybody. Was
Who played in that? I know who
Everybody-
Michael Blackson
Everybody we
is.
just named.
Master P, Michael
Thea.
Blackson.
Thea,
I
yep. She
remember
played
Thea.
his mama.
Thea used to come to my mom's shop to get her hair done. That shit was funny.
Yeah, them big ass titties.
Man, she was like, I remember I was like, I had to be like 13 looking at them motherfuckers. Like, she got big ass
Sneak into
titties.
the bathroom.
Rub one out.
I feel like back then it was more ruthless.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't. The
More
women.
ruthless back then.
Yeah, because it
As
was
far
less.
as what?
It was less exposure.
And as far as the comedians always did something. Like Martin here,
Can't hear you. You gotta get on the mic.
like Martin do some funny shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Nowadays these comedians just stand up there and just talk. You know what I'm saying? They don't never do like act the shit out. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't got that gift to just talk. You know what I'm saying? And not act it out.
Yeah, if you give them a minute, you got to. You
Sometimes niggas just be up there like
if you
stuck
up
in the
there like
mud.
15, 20 minutes, you don't do nothing,
you
no
gonna start.
acting
You
out.
gonna start warming up.
Yeah.
It's like when you got them little quick.
When
them
you
little
first
quick
come
sets.
out, you ain't gonna just start doing that shit.
Yeah, you gotta like because it's weird. Then it looks you look weird.
Yeah. Like,
Unless
fuck
it's
wrong
like-
with this motherfucker.
Unless it's like you gonna gradually build and build and build, and then do it. But it's like it's kind of weird. You just run out doing weird shit. You look kind of like a circus freak.
How
Yeah,
long it take y'all to get y'all fans?
I'd say people start.
People just
recognize
like you.
y'all, like,
You mean like when you get there,
Like when
you
you
get to the
get
club and people like, oh, what's
Yeah.
up? Yeah. Yeah, I know that happened with you first, because you was like the grind face shit, everything.
Hell yeah, that's the same for both of us though. But yeah, when I first seen it, it first threw me off. I'm gonna be honest with you, because motherfuckers don't say nothing. They'll just stare at you,
They sizing you up to make sure
and
you
then
don't
you
slap 'em.
look over, and then they trying to act like they ain't, and then they pulling up their
They don't wanna
phone
get
and looking
slapped.
at you like. I wasn't getting it at first. I'm like, what the fuck you keep? And then after a while, they're like, you stink. Yeah, like you stink.
Aha. The spoon. There's no spoon.
Then what made you come a state?
I had no choice. My mama called me that. It stuck.
That should have been.
It's stuck
That
like
should have been
shit.
Peanut then. That would have been funny. That would have been Peanut.
Yep, because you got the peanut head.
And that's what everybody.
But I could have went. I
Planners.
could have
Playing
went.
planners. That was gonna be.
Oh,
I,
you,
that was, I
if you
still
get the
was gonna
little
get
glass, the
I
last.
was gonna get it tatted right here. I was gonna miss Mr. Peanut. I was gonna get it
put that
tatted
little,
like right
that'd
here.
be your gimmick. Get the little
I was
glass
like,
Had
have a little
what's
the
that
monocle.
shit?
The
Yeah,
monocle.
there it
Got the
is.
little monocle in
and the
my-
top hat.
Yeah.
I was gonna literally get that nigga tatted like right here because I got it say Peanut right there, so I was gonna get him like kind of like leaning on it.
Yeah.
But I just never got it and just got other shit all around it and other shit. But I still might get that
You
tattoo.
might as well get your like a silhouette of your head. You know what I'm saying?
Shadow and shit.
He said, get a
This nigga
silhouette
just-
of your head.
Nigga like a coin and shit.
Yeah. Put you one on. Tell that nigga to draw it. I bet you went over there and forgot. He want to tattoo me. He can keep forgetting this shit.
Man, I ain't had
Mike
one.
ass.
I ain't had one in over a year. Damn, it's almost 2 years by the end. I used to get down there get a tattoo like every other week or at least every month. Something worked on or added to through the month. Like
Nigga,
been
you got a
about-
lot of shit.
yeah, so it's
6 years since I got my last one.
it's been about 2 years.
What is this, a whole peacock? Oh, that's a koi fish.
I got the tiger. So you got the I got the whole. I'm a hairy and shit, but it's like the koi into the little dragon and shit.
See?
Like all that
That's
shit.
a lot.
Yeah. And it's like that shit. It was weird because when in the back when she did this shit.
Who is
I like
that? Jason?
They got the Anthony Hopkins.
Oh,
Silence of the Lambs.
yeah.
Clarice. Like hello,
Are
Clarice.
you crazy?
He said, "Hello, Clarice." The lambs were silent, weren't they?
Banks, you crazy? Oh.
I ate his liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti. He do a little like.
See?
You remember that? Yeah. He know it. If you got
See?
that tatted, he know that whole fucking movie word for word. Hey, when he had Ray Liotta fucked off though, and nigga, that's one of the coldest scenes in the last.
Eating his
I think
own brain.
that was like Hannibal. I think that nigga Hannibal Rising. No, that was Hannibal. Nigga,
When he was eating his brain?
He cooked it for him. And had him. He just kept him alive enough to where because you don't feel shit.
That nigga was
ain't no
munching
nerve
on it.
endings. Ain't no nerve endings in your shit.
He fed him his own.
Because he was a piece of shit.
He
though.
cooked it for him and fed it to
He
like
put like a little garlic.
seasoned it up, made it taste good. and
You
shit.
remember, he even said he was like,
He's sitting there hungry because he
remember
done starved him
you
for
remember he
days.
said it?
Smell.
He went, it smells good. What is that? Like he was like
He was cooking his
he
brain.
He lobotomized
But
this
look,
nigga.
he was
like,
cutting pieces at a time.
Yes.
yeah.
He wasn't taking the whole thing cut. He
And then he just threw the towel over his shit. He threw the towel over his shit and was talking to her like that nigga cut off his hand to get away just so he could like, but he still didn't hurt her. That's the crazy part. People like, it's like the shit you watch when you watch that movie. That's how obsessed it seems like they were with each other. Of course, she's obsessed with him because she got to catch him. That's, he's a psycho. But that nigga cut off his own.
Motherfuckers that gotta catch a psycho end up turning into one.
Exactly. But they say that's what the shit they say about those type of people that become
You
either
gotta learn how
detectives
to
like
think
good
like
cops. They say
Move like them.
They say the line is like the people that become detectives and cops, they would have like most likely became criminals because it's a certain type of, I forgot how they describe that. Yeah. And they say especially like it's the same shit with like superheroes. It's like you have a power, you could literally be the worst motherfucker in the world or it's just
everybody.
you. Yeah.
be like Dexter.
It's like the
or
people
something.
that talk about Batman, and they
You ever
say,
seen that shit?
Yeah,
Dexter?
exactly.
Yeah.
But it could be like Batman, and a lot of people,
All right.
like even the
What you think
psychology
about,
of it.
What
They're
you
like,
think
he's a
about
psycho.
Superman's son?
That shit is weird.
Superman.
That's
What
all.
Oh,
That's
was
all
that
fuck
real?
shit.
You know they got a new series of Superman coming out, and he
That's what we hear.
Well,
His
That's
son
what
is
he's
some
talking
shit.
about. It's corny. Yeah, I understand representation,
That's
but create.
comic book, right?
Yeah, but create. Like I said,
Is it real?
I did collect comic books. Somebody got all my shit, nigga.
Oh, not
but
the comic book.
got all my shit, but that's
Not
the
the
point.
motherfucking
That's the
comic
point.
books.
That's the point of make some shit. Make your own shit. Why would you just turn that shit? Is stupid to like. And I know to see the way they justify it in a lot of the newer comics and the movies, they do it like an alternate Earth or like Earth 44 Batman. There's like, you know what I mean? It's no Flash or like Green Lantern is the villain. You see, he's the Joker.
That's how it goes.
The Joker
around.
like probably died on some other shit, but Batman might be far. Or Superman is like he's still Superman, but he's like kind of an asshole Superman, and the Flash is trying to stop. It's like different shit. And that's how they do these alternate movies or cartoons or shows, and then it's just kind of like, oh, it's a different dimension, same heroes, but here there's no Batman. There's this dude. But it's pretty much, it'll be Bruce Wayne, but he's not Batman. He's like something else. So
Be Bruce Wayne.
pray to me, give it to me. Imagine that nigga jumping out at 2 a.m. You buying some weed, nigga just break your arm talking about where is he? Like,
That was
nigga,
Christian Bale.
Nigga, I was
Batman.
buying
See, I
weed.
couldn't rock
nigga.
with that.
But I liked him as Batman.
I felt all right.
but the
he's
voice
a good
was
actor.
a little over the top.
Right.
Who was that?
Christian Bale, the nigga
one-
from American Psycho, Shaft, the white boy that killed Mekhi Phifer in Shaft, the rich white boy that Samuel L. was chasing in Shaft.
Oh,
The one that was like, he was
Yeah,
like,
he
hey,
went back because I was like, that
I
was
knew he
years
knew
before
that.
he even got the Batman
that's
role.
but that's what the hero when he was like, hey, white boy, I like your shoes. Or then when he was like, hey, what's that? You got a boat?
Because
He was
even
like-
that dude, Peoples.
Yeah,
I
Peoples.
used to see him in all
He
kinds
was
of
like,
shit
he played
too.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah, you know, that tripped me
yeah.
out. And he was like a
He-
Puerto Rican or Cuban or some shit.
But I
in
think
there.
he actually played
I didn't even know
Basquiat.
that.
He played Basquiat too, the painter, the Haitian painter, Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Come on, bro.
No, where
that
that's
what
what
you
I saw. Yeah, he played Jean-Michel Basquiat in an HBO movie. That's that shit I think it won an award. But he's like, Peoples, it's that scene when they link up because he hires people to go kill the girl that witnessed him kill Mekhi Phifer. But that's Christian Bale from Terminator.
I remember Peoples.
Yeah. Peoples is
You better kill me.
you best kill me, motherfucker.
He was yelling out the window.
And he
and
was
shit.
hey,
And
hey.
he was
on the
stabbing
balcony.
himself with an ice pick.
He was like,
you best kill me.
You Kentucky fried nigga. I got something for you. He called that nigga a Kentucky fried nigga.
Nigga, that shit had me
Nigga
rolling.
said, hey, yo, white boy. Hey, you got a boat? You got a boat? He said, yeah, a Boston whaler. He was like, he hit it with the little white boy, like, yes, I have a boat, nigga. But that's a classic.
All right, another movie that's similar to that type of situation, Money Talks. Y'all up on that? That was Chris Tucker.
I went to the movies to see that shit.
What's his name? What's the white boy?
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah, I like that. They was on that bus, and they ended up blowing up the bus, and he had to go with him because they was cuffed together.
Like, nigga, you fucked.
Now you on this whole ass adventure.
He was like, just kill him and throw him out. Like
When they first got on the bus is what was rolling.
Yeah.
When that nigga was like, all right, white boy, you better get on up and come on to the back with me. I ain't playing with your ass now.
He really thought he was in control of the situation.
Yeah, the white boy, sit your ass down. Ooh, wait till they get us off this bus. Wait till they get up. Nigga, you about to die. Fucking around.
Well, I think we had our time.
We had our time, folks.
We not gonna edit that part out and add more in.
What you do?
When I went off on the tangent about the fields in the house, I still don't even know how we got there. That shit was like, I was like, we can make
You
up
started
another.
talking about
We can make up
Key
another.
and Peele. No, you started talking about
Oh,
Dave Chappelle.
the slavery.
Then it went to Key and Peele sketch.
That's what it was, the slavery sketch. And I was talking about how the dude was like trying to sell himself like extra.
All right, we getting back into it again. So look, we on our way out. Tone, tell everybody what you got going and where they can find you at.
Shit, I'll be at La Chata's Tacos in Boyle Heights, hosted by Luis Noriega. It'll be me.
The Drunken Sailor.
Yeah, Drunken Sailor is me. Angela Corza, Carlos, there's a couple other people. I think, I'm sure a few other people are going to show up. That's all I can remember right now. That same night, that's at 7 p.m. in Boyle Heights. That same night, on the other side of the town, on the down the 10 freeway, on Pico and Redondo at the Laugh Legacy Lounge, hosted by Janae Thompson. And I'll be on there with Kendall Neal. That's the dude from the Blind Hitman sketches. He's performing with me. There's a lot of people performing. Aaron. It's just a bunch of dicey, so it's a bunch of people on that one. Saturday, we'll be at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood. That's hosted by Nicole Dennis. Nicole Denise, excuse me. I always fuck her name up. I know she goes like, yeah, but that's like 7:30 p.m. North Hollywood. You can get tickets in my bio for that right now. The link is in my bio. And then, my birthday, my show, that's me, hosted by Miss Red. It's Miss Red's Playhouse with Stynk, Deed, my homeboy, Demetrius,
Dirty
D, Fudge, a whole bunch of people, Seymour Green and Zoe Johnson. And that's in Victorville. That's October 23rd. That shit gonna be hard as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
So that's literally all. I think I got something on the 29th too, hosted by my homie Haiti. So it's a lit ass month. Like shit. They said God closes the door and He opened a bunch of windows for you. So it's good, LA. Let's get it. Follow me IG Tony Grams TONY_GRAMS.
Boom.
Hey, my nigga though.
Stynk.
Oh man, what was it called again?
Miss Red's Playhouse.
Yeah, Miss Red Playhouse. I'm up in there with Tony Grams and I can't remember all them people's names.
Victorville.
But shout out to Miss Red though. She know I'm all. We gonna tag them in some shit. That shit gonna be lit as fuck.
Man.
Then I got some shit in November on the 7th. I think it is at Flappers.
Oh yeah,
Sunday's Best. Ain't
hosted by Demetrius, Dirty D.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him host it. I'm a co-host with my nigga.
Get it in. That shit's fire. That shit's dope.
Yeah, I like that fucking stage. It's
dope.
Nice in there.
It's
You
solid.
get a nice feeling in that motherfucker. Like I can just go for it.
I feel like we done been in these comedy clubs, but it's our first comedy club now.
Yeah.
Where it's our shit, it's D's shit, and he putting us up, and we helping, and
Proud of it.
I think shout out to D, like that nigga.
Yeah, keeping niggas rolling.
That shit, yeah.
He said Flappers.
Flappers. Oh yeah, the Sunset Rooftop, 6099.
That's
Sunset
Monday,
Gower,
right?
So tell
nights.
everybody where that's at.
That's Sunset and Gower, right above Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. So niggas.
Everybody know where Roscoe's is at.
Yeah,
So
the one
you
in
tell them
Hollywood.
It's at the top of Roscoe's.
The one in Hollywood.
La Brea, right?
That's
Pico.
That's the one. That's the one in Midtown, West LA. The one in Hollywood is The one on
that
Sunset
little
and Gower.
side street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right across from the Denny's.
Okay,
The
I know
Denny's
what you're
right
talking
on where Sunset and Gower. You can hear the music. You pull up, you'll see the lights. And people up there, it's a lit-ass the Sunset rooftop. It's a cool-ass little lounge. They got 2 rooms, hookah, all that. And it's hosted by Stacey Taylor. I usually open the show. My boy, the DJ E-Connect, he's up there DJing, and it's DB up there. Everybody, the same comedian. My boy Ernesto, seen him up there last week. Just literally, it's like everybody. Slink Johnson performed up there last week. Scroncho fell through. Everybody. Rob West. You see Ron G. Cal Hamilton. Everybody pulled through up there. So,
Yeah.
So that's fall through on Mondays. 8 p.m. is when the doors open. 8:30 usually. 8:30 to 9 is when we start the show, and it'd be a good ass show. So pull up.
Pull up on me.
Damn, that was a gang of shout-outs.
Yeah.
They gonna have to pay for these. Nah.
That was a gang of shout-outs. Shout out to everybody now.
was like-
Everybody you just named, you dropped right now.
There wasn't that a lot of people
On the show at least once, There's a lot of people you named, a lot of comedians, a lot of people within that industry, that entertainment.
Man.
That's definitely
That shit. It's dope to have. It's dope to have something like that too, especially for like black comics. It's for all comics. Like I said, I named like Ernesto. He's a Mexican dude. White dude Rocco. He's Italian. Like that. He be killing that shit up there like every Monday. So he just dude just like worked with Kevin Hart, all kind of shit. So it's diverse, but it's just something hosted by us.
All good. That nigga said that shit.
Yeah, he said I know.
I get it.
So it's just so.
But it was a lot of motherfuckers though. I was like,
it
whoa.
was packed. They came out on Monday. They came out. And it was good. It was a good show. Everybody killed it.
Yeah.
So,
As always.
so that should be it. You know what it is. Innovative.
Comedy.
that's it.
Peace.
Boom.
Innovative.
That was funny as fuck. Nigga went off.